guys, and welcome to Aggressive
and Unstoppable.
and Unstoppable. The games get intense when I'm involved. So today we're going to be doing some breakdowns of the
UFC 280.
sad UFC 280, and I don't know if you guys bet money on what I said. I apologize deeply. I mean, this is why we're here, to break down and see what we said, what went wrong and what went right, because a whole lot of things happened. Okay, so we're gonna start off with okay, we didn't mention this guy before, but what's his name? French Montana.
Oh, Belal Muhammad.
Yes, I mean,
Brady.
right? Because I honestly didn't mention him before because I heard from the grapevine that he's a boring fighter. So I was like, okay, then what's the point of me even like tuning in or even like giving him any ounce of like zhuzh and pizzazz? But the moment that I found out that he was actually in the training camp with Khabib, things shifted, because when we saw his fight, it was kind of giving us a pre-run of what Islam was going to do. I mean, what were your thoughts of his fight?
We could say it's the biggest.
Wait, we
shock
didn't even
of the
introduce
night.
ourselves. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
What's your name?
Great, I'm great. I'm great and I'm great.
Horrible. We apologize for that. And I'm Hilda Mendica. Okay, great. What did you think about French Montana's fight? His name isn't French Montana, by the way. I just think he looks like French.
Well, Belal Muhammad came into this fight and it was a really tough fight for him, because they gave him someone who is undefeated, someone who wrestles very well, and his striking is really crisp. And Belal Muhammad is not known for his striking, and his wrestling is good. I mean, he's a wrestler. It's just that
His body looks weird. Confirm.
it's so weird, but he doesn't know how to actually hold you on the ground. So everybody's like, nah, what's he gonna do?
He's got like a big face and like a petite, like a compact body. It's
Right,
like,
and too much skin that you cannot see his muscles. Sweet. He got that habibi body.
I wonder, is it because he had something to prove this time around?
Well, he was hated on. Every analyst out there, every ex-fighter, every current fighter counted him out. But Sean Brady is a beast. But Belal Muhammad came with a plan, and I just really think it's the Khabib camp that actually changed him as a person.
It did.
Jesus,
It did.
He
It
did
did.
not think about the takedowns. He did not think about anything but going out there, pressuring this guy, put him on the back paddle, and just
Smashing,
him.
yeah.
Smash. You know?
Smash
All
him!
this blood.
Wait, what does
Smash. With an E, smash.
So that one was really impressive, and of course he got the W. So he, of course, got bumped up on the rankings. Who do you think they're gonna give him next?
It's interesting because, I mean, he's in the welterweight right now, and they just pump him to number 4. He was number 5 before that, so he jumped over Gilbert Burns. You know? Yeah.
How dare
Well,
they?
Gilbert Burns haven't fought in a while because his last fight was against Khamzat.
I mean, he needs a
Listen,
break.
Bilal
Khamzat was not
Muhammad-
easy.
Hold on. Bilal Muhammad was calling Khamzat Chimaev a year ago, when Khamzat Chimaev was actually sick, and people said like he might retire because he's actually too sick. He was calling out Khamzat Chimaev since then, but Khamzat Chimaev was looking for the money fight. So for Bilal, I think, because Khamzat Chimaev and Colby Covington are unofficially booked.
No, but Covington still has got his court cases that he needs to kind of.
Fine, don't worry about it. March 2023, they are unofficially booked.
Okay.
So, you know, it's
Because my thing is,
They're gonna fight.
how is Covington going to prove to the courts that, because for him to win his money, for him to put Masvidal in prison, he needs to prove to the courts that he cannot fight anymore. So if you come to the UFC,
no, it's UFC. I mean, these things happen almost every day at the gym, and you know, Jorge was just unlucky that it happened where there are cameras and people saw him, and you know, they were.
and his
witnesses.
ego, Covington's ego got hurt because his tooth got chipped and it was left on the floor.
Love him or hate him, he has one of the best personalities in the UFC.
Who?
Colby. He's hated.
Of course,
Every
because of
single
his
one hates him.
character, because of his
Exactly.
character, because
His
of
character's
his
beautiful.
red
Just
cap.
Just beautiful. Like,
I just think it's cute. That's all. That's where it ends. That's it. But like, I don't agree with anything that he says.
alright. Anyways. So for Beneil Dariush, hear me out. He's American, right? But he's originally from Iran. And you know, Iran right now, they have a lot of things
Oh
going
yeah,
on
he made
over
like a
there.
political statement.
And my guy, by the way, he was the one that was supposed to fight Islam before, and they got booked, but
It just never took place.
he got injured, so he couldn't do it. So my guy won a fight against a very tough up and coming guy. Grab the mic. All you gotta do is say, you know,
Who do you want next?
I want Islam. Give me Islam. I'm gonna smash the guy. Instead, you know what my guy did?
Give
He
a
said,
speech.
I know Iranian people are suffering right now, but the answer is Jesus Christ. Now listen, listen. I do not have
class.
I do not have problem with anything he said, but he's telling a Muslim nation to believe in Jesus Christ, which is there's no issue over there, but just choose your message carefully.
Yeah,
Just say,
and
"We're
the
with you guys."
moment, and the moment as well, and the moment as well. I mean,
a message for his nation. Okay, it's important,
Yeah.
and you know he's gonna get more fans over there, and he actually feels it. You know, he's got some family over there. Just don't make it very religious over there. You know, it's a hot topic, but all he had to do is call out the champion who's fighting on the same card as him.
who was he supposed to call out?
Either Islam or either the winner of the fight because he deserves it.
Yes, finish it with a fucking style, Peter. Finish it with a fucking style, Peter.
But since he was booked against Islam, he can say like, "Yo, Islam, let's run it."
I have a few
He was
things
just
about.
boring on the mic, and you know what? Just because he did that,
Yeah.
Volkanovski will get the fight before him, and we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, I have a lot
We're gonna
of
get
things
into
that
that.
I'm
Just
not
take it
agreeing with.
slowly, just take it slowly because the L is coming. Next.
Is a man whose game he respects quite a bit. Sugar Sean O'Malley
Okay, Mr.
tries to
Sugar
become
Sugar.
the number one contender tonight. With that, thank you all for watching.
Yeah, this one. A moment of silence for Peter Yan.
Listen.
we both actually agreed that he was gonna win, and I had said second round knockout because it's Peter Yan, and
I think I said decision or something.
yeah, you said decision, and then the way that fight took place. Okay, listen, that fight was great. It gave everything it was supposed to give.
Now he's on his back. O'Malley's got to turn back.
Beautiful fight.
Like, you know, the boxing and of course everything, even the the endurance of O'Malley. Ooh, I was impressed. I was like, okay, shika, I say you. This is insane. Can you guys hear the crowd?
As expected.
Peter,
Yeah,
like what
I'm
the
gonna
fuck?
keep walking him down.
How is Sugar supposed to do this when no one is like supporting him?
As he walks,
And then like when it came to the decisions,
By split decision,
yeah.
Sugar!
Octagon, did you think you had done enough to win the fight?
I didn't know, honestly. I thought I could win it either way. I'd have to rewatch it, but
It was okay. So Sean O'Malley won by decision, and of which he was even surprised because he was like, "I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
back and watch the fight."
Those 2 seconds where he didn't say anything when the mic was in his face, it says
He
everything.
he doubted the judges. He doubted himself. He doubted himself as well. And like even like if you check on his social page, he can't even like, you know, glorify or sit in that win because we know that most fighters, the moment that they win, regardless of whether it was rigged or not, you're gonna take that mic, you're gonna say some cocky ass shit, and you're gonna grab hold onto that win. I mean, he was closing his eyes, hoping and praying that he's gonna win, and then you get the win, and then you question it. What?
I
Get
know,
it
right?
together.
It's not his fault. Look, he did what he had to do.
But why are you being surprised the fact that the judges gave you a win? Like, take
Because
it.
he was surprised. Because it was a surprise decision.
Do you know how? Do you
Not
know
even
now that
he-
raises questions in the UFC? That raises questions on the judges. That raises questions all across the board.
Listen, Tony Ferguson said it last time. It's something called Dana White privilege.
Oh yeah, of course he has it. I mean,
He-
O'Malley
he
has it.
definitely has it because he's a big superstar.
Is he big though?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
he's
drawing
going to be.
young fans. Look, young fans.
How
fans-
young? Because I'm young and I'm not really like. But what's funny about me being young?
I mean, happy birthday to all of us.
There was was like, I'm young, you're laughing. I'm like, okay, it's not that funny. I am young. And I mean, Sugar is not really like
Look, he's a
calling upon my attention.
yeah, but he's a swaggy boy. You know, he's someone that kids would want to watch UFC because of him.
If kids are watching UFC because of Sean O'Malley, then they must be like 7 or 8 years old.
No, I mean we're talking teenagers because you know he got the colorful hair. He's always doing weird stuff on his Instagram.
Should we be worried?
He's always doing some weird stuff on social media, and yeah.
So kind of like
He's a
Jake
cool guy.
Paul's audience.
He's a cool guy.
Okay,
But
so
if look, nobody disagrees that it was one of
it was a great
fight
fight.
of the year candidates, right?
Like a bonus. What that prize they get? Prize money for
Fight
like
of the night.
fight of the night. They were supposed to get
50K
that.
each, beautiful. Congratulations.
Because for me, it was okay. Peter Yan had the most takedowns. Peter Yan had the most strikes body-wise. And then head-wise was O'Malley because O'Malley's just taller. So,
Significant strikes to the head.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he won because of that cut. And of course, Peter Yan was just like all bloody and everything was just like looking like a hot mess. That's not a reason to give someone a win, is
It's
it?
really not. It's really not. I mean, look, we're not better than Khabib, and you saw that Khabib video when he was sitting.
Oh yeah, Khabib was like, how? Yeah,
I
and then he
give
was
him
like,
every
and
round.
then he was like, and then he decided to keep quiet because he knew that video was gonna go viral. Because he was like, let me not, because my guy right now is sitting pretty, so let me not. Okay, so who do you think? I mean, what's gonna happen to Peter Yan? Like, that's just demotivating.
DC was saying that he heard that Peter Yan is really disappointed with the UFC and he might just call it a career and just retire.
Wait, do you
Or
think this is how they
leave.
would always treat Nate Diaz? But the fact that these fighters now, they're like, you know what, there's more money out there, I'm out. Because this is, I feel like this is how they used to treat Nate.
Yeah, I mean, look, if there are more options, look, Peter Yan was disrespected twice against Aljo the second time.
The second time, no.
Look, it was razor close.
The
It was
second
razor
time,
close.
the second time, Aljo held Peter Yan longer,
Right.
and Peter Yan couldn't do anything.
But-
Time is ticking. I'm getting points. That's on me.
Yeah, but there's also an argument that Peter Yan won that fight. But you know what? Nobody was mad, or some people were
People
mad.
who just don't like Sterling
Yeah.
were mad.
Peter Yan, what's next for him? Sean O'Malley, right? Fight Sean O'Malley. 99% of the people that watch that fight say Peter
Peter
Yan
Yan.
won that fight. Okay, won that fight. Give it to Sean O'Malley. It's disappointing. And you know, DC was saying that he heard some news that he might just call it career, or he might just leave the UFC because he feels that they don't have his back.
Did you see how tiny Peter Yan's foot is?
Yo, he's a short man. He's a short man.
Like, I was watching him when he was walking in, I was like, what? I could fit into that shoe. It was like this. It was like this. I was like, okay, Peter Yan, you need to gain some height. Maybe people will start respecting you more.
Right now he's moved to number 2. Because Sean O'Malley jumped 10,
From number 10.
from 10 to 1.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
I'm sorry, I'm a McGregor fan. There can only be one. Sean O'Malley does not even have half the amount of trash talk Conor has, or half the swag. Have you seen Conor in that suit? Makes you just want to.
So are we calling it a robbery?
It is. It was
Robbery.
daylight robbery. I
Robbery.
just need to go to
Omar is
what's
really
this?
exciting.
Dagestan. What the?
Dagestan.
We need to go to Dagestan because I feel like every time you come out of there, like you're just a beast, like you're a whole monster. Okay, so now let's move on to.
There's a big argument over here. Look, if I was Dana White, I would sue TJ Dillashaw for the money. No, seriously. Like he held up the division for so long because he got a title fight, and he said that his shoulder got.
He popped his
He
shoulder
popped it more than
once.
20 times during the camp. You know what does that mean? That means every time you pull him a little bit, his shoulder just gonna be out of socket.
It's just like-
and you're just gonna put it back on. He's a one-armed fighter, and he's gonna fight one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. You know, someone like heavy on top. Look, shout out to him for standing up after being taken down in
no.
the first round.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
with
That
only
was
one
hard.
arm,
That was
and this is-
hard.
With
The
only
whole
one
thing
arm.
was like popping out. Ooh, it was
Disgusting.
gross. And then he was like, yeah, I was just waiting for the fight to end so I can pop it back in. Guys, we're not speaking like popping in, I don't know, like an earring or something like that. Like this is your shoulder. Question. With such a big injury like that, do you think that his career in the UFC is going to last? Or he's going to have to get surgery?
This is the thing. He's done 2 shoulder surgeries before.
Oh,
this
so
fight.
this is the end.
I mean, first of all, he's 37, so he's old.
He's 37.
37.
Good looking for a 37-year-old.
Former champion. He had his final run to the championship. Right now, they just make him the gatekeeper, which is like, oh,
Gatekeeper with one shoulder, that's not a gatekeeper. I could waltz in
no,
there
it's
and
okay.
be
He can fix it. It's fine. It's fixable.
How is it fixable when he popped it 20 times during camp?
Probably
And even the way the guy was just like, yeah. Back
You
in
need to pull
position.
it down. Just pull it down, and then it's gonna go back into the socket. It's fine.
Nasty.
No
Yeah.
one will ever say Aljamain Sterling is a loved
Yeah,
champion.
like all the time, all his wins. I don't know. He's just got bad luck, bad curses, bad juju. I don't know who he upset.
Need to
It
pray
might be the
more, just
Pogba
pray.
curse that's like transferring to Aljo, but like it's not working for the guy. Like even like when he was like saying his speech, everyone was like mum, like quiet. Everyone was like not interested, not giving him the time of day. I mean, when he won,
just
I was
unlucky.
happy for him.
Yeah.
Because did you see even like when he was on the ground?
That Aljamain Sterling showcase tonight with his back control that we already
Look at that
have
back.
seen
Look at that
showcased so
back.
many times in his fights
Ooh.
before. Listen,
Okay,
you
honey.
can still take
His back also has got this thingy that the Dagestan guys do when he was grappling. When he, I
Wings.
can't just I can't describe it, but like
Back opens.
yeah, and I was like, okay, this is some not even just like his back opening. His back was like at like a 90-degree angle when he was like I
Really
was
heavy
impressed.
hips.
I was
Really,
impressed with that
really.
back work.
I think this is a superhero film.
His back and his hips are really heavy on top. You know, he's great at what they call is wet blanket style, which is basically imagine a wet blanket on top of you and you cannot get rid of it because it's so heavy. That's his style. So it's just gonna stay on top of you, ground and pound you. And look, he did what he had to do. He's done nothing wrong. But the fact that TJ was not 100% well, people will never give Aljo.
And he knew, and he
didn't
still
know.
continued.
He didn't know.
Rude.
But even if
No,
he knew,
what's this? Dillashaw knew.
yeah, no, I mean Aljo.
No,
Oh,
Dillashaw
TJ.
knew that his shoulder was like messed up, so he wasn't gonna
you
give us a
gonna
good
do?
fight.
Yeah, what you gonna
Pull
do?
out! Pull out of the
Wow.
fight!
So people are saying TJ didn't want to pull out the fight because he's broke.
That might be true.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
fight.
37. If you're 37 and you're still in the ring, baby boy.
Get $500,000 and get out of there. Like I would
Get some
I'll
crypto
fight,
or something.
I'll fight with no eyes. Like just go over there, give me $500,000. I'll get new eyes.
But so the $500,000 is gonna go to your trainers, to your coaches, to your physicians, your dietitians. So by the time it gets to you, it's like a couple of $100,000. Like it's just, what's the point? Like, guys, go to school, you know. But anyways, moving on to heartbreak sham. Oliveira versus
So he's been wearing-
Makhachev.
No,
Islam-
There's a word before his name. 2 words.
What, the champion Islam Makhachev? You know what, guys? This fight I took it really personally, and I was really disappointed. I think I might have cried.
I'm not sure what my prediction were, but I think I say second round ground and pound. Did I say second round ground and pound?
I don't remember, amnesia. I'm like Shauna Maddie at
I
this
think
point.
I've said second round ground and pound, but it was
But it
second round
wasn't.
submission.
It wasn't ground and pound.
So You know what? I'll take that 1 point, or 2 points because I get the winner
Okay,
as well.
let's discuss this.
To become a first-time UFC champion against the credentialed Charles DuBronx Oliveira, who's plus 165. Oliveira in yellow, Makhachev in red. Tonight's Fight Club is brought to you by Timex. Shop the full collection.
What happened? Like, where did we go wrong, Oliver? Like, what happened?
Nothing went wrong for Oliveira. Oliveira is a great champion and he's a great fighter, and he just went out there and he's done what he always does. You know, he will stand, he will trade with you with his very, very skilled and technical striking. No
But you
knockout
couldn't
power.
see it. You couldn't see it. You couldn't
Because
see it with
Islam
Makhachev.
also has very good and technical striking. He's a scary wrestler, but nobody talks about his striking because his wrestling is just on the next level. But his striking is actually good. He has the least, I think in the whole UFC, the least observed strikes per fight in the UFC, or per minute, or per round in the UFC. And Oliveira broke that number on the fight. You know how many times he hit Islam?
I couldn't see it.
8 times.
But that, you see, I couldn't. You know, the Oliveira that I'm used to seeing, I didn't see him that night. I didn't see him that night. Even like the first few exchanges that they did,
Because of Islam.
I didn't see the Oliveira that I'm used to. You know, there's that.
Because of Islam. Islam is just that good. Like, look, again, Oliveira is here. Everybody else in the lightweight division is here. He's better than. Yeah, he proved himself against the top fighters in the lightweight.
Who was the top ones?
Dustin Poirier, Justin
come
Gaethje,
on.
Chandler, all of these.
He
people.
didn't even have to prove himself there because we knew Oliveira was better than those guys.
But he fought these guys. Look, he fought these guys. The only reason people were doubting Islam is because he didn't go through these top guys that they've been there.
I feel like he was
They are
supposed
the
to. The fact that
They are the
he skipped that
gangsters.
line and went straight with Oliveira. I'm just upset. I'm just upset with the whole thing because Oliveira lost and the fact that Islam just got to jump the line like Sean O'Malley. Like, what is Dana doing? I'm just like,
you should have said that before the fight. Right now, all you gotta say is the champion has a name and it's Islam Makhachev. Smash.
okay, I need to just ask this. When Oliveira went down to the ground, why did you do that? I know Oliveira is good on the ground. I know that. But why didn't he get up? Like, get up. I mean, this is like, what, the second round? Like, we still had more rounds to go, Oli. Like, we could have done if you. I feel like he gave up so soon. But then, yet again, as much as it pains me, after a few days, I had to go back and actually re-watch the triangle submission. There was no way my guy was gonna survive that. He was gonna break his arm somehow.
One of the top 5 submissions you learn in the UFC as a white belt or as a kid is arm triangle. And
Okay, teach me now. Let's go. So it's what? He was on the ground.
basically what you gotta do is you gotta trap one of the arms of your opponent and put it next to their head, and then just basically hug their head and arm over here.
So it was like this.
A bit higher. My arm has to be stuck to my head. Well, bring the left arm up. Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Because his whole body was literally on top of him. Guys, when I saw the veins on what's his face, Islam, I was like, it's game over for my guy Oli. The way
And this is the thing.
the pressure.
He didn't like what you have to do is you go on top of him, mount, so you pass his hips, you get into that position, and then to finish the arm triangle, you have to move to the side.
Wait, but if this
He didn't even move
if
to the
this
side.
is the position that you're taught during white belt, Oliveira was supposed to get out of there. That's the thing that got me upset. Listen. No, wait. Oliveira was supposed to know better. The moment he was on the ground, the moment Islam followed him, because you know when he fell, the first time I realized that he might have been in trouble, but I wasn't worried yet. When his arm was like this, I felt Oliveira had already given up. He gave up the moment his arm was like this. Even before he did the mount, I was like, you know when you can tell that someone is no longer in the fight, and in the moment
He didn't want to be there anymore.
yeah, he didn't like the whole situation. And when I watched his apology video, he was like, guys, I'm sorry, I couldn't find myself in the fight. I was like, okay, that makes more sense, because I couldn't
There's nothing
Stop
that
trying to laugh at my comfort. I was
nothing
like
that makes sense.
he
It's
wasn't
just a
there.
fight.
Oliveira wasn't there that
It's just
night.
a fight between a very good guy and a guy who is really, really next level. Like, he's next level
And the fact that he just
compared
looks
to anyone. In
he
the
just
UFC.
he doesn't look smart. I'm sorry to say.
Who?
Islam. Like
Alhamdulillah. All I'm gonna say is Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm not coming for the guy, but I mean, if you look at Oliveira, he looks, quick, smart, like, because most guys in the UFC, if we're being
what?
honest,
Wait,
after
hold
all
on,
these.
hold on.
Yes,
Hold on.
yes, I said what I said. Oliveira is smart. I said what I said.
Are we talking smart or look smart?
Both.
Because if we're talking
The glasses?
if we're talking smart, look, if we're talking smart, then we can count the smart fighters in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you are smart, you wouldn't be fighting.
You would-
You wouldn't be fighting. With all due respect to all of these fighters, if you're smart,
They wouldn't be
you're
in the
fighting.
UFC. They wouldn't be putting their bodies on the line like
Yeah.
that. But unfortunately, you guys, this was the end for my guy Ollie. Wait. To make it even, to twist the dagger, instead of giving Oliveira a second try, because let's be fair here, Oliveira had the belt, invisible belt, right?
Yeah,
It's
he was the champion. He was the champion.
yeah, and then instead of saying like, okay, fine, we're gonna reschedule the fight, nah, they decide to call on the short little guy from Aussie, Volkanovski. Now he gets to jump the line, like, excuse
listen,
you.
Hold on. Okay, allow me, please. Allow me, please. If the fight was close, or if it finished by decision in the favor of Islam, then Charles Oliveira has a very good argument that, look, I was the champion, I defended my belt a couple times.
Just the
give me
same as
rematch.
Leon Edwards and Kamaru.
Yeah, but there was a rematch.
But they're still gonna do another rematch.
Yeah, but because Kamaru has fought him before and he's beaten him before, and he was beating him all the way until he got knocked out. So technically, Kamaru Usman is 2-0 over Leon Edwards if that knockout didn't happen, and it was like 1 in a billion chances that it happened. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So he deserves, and he was the champion for the longest time. Charles Oliveira defended his fight, defended his belt many times, but he got finished. If you finish a guy, they cannot, like, you don't have a good argument of why you need a rematch. It was clean. And this is the thing. Charles Oliveira Jiu-Jitsu, and he got finished by submission. You have no argument over there. But Volkanovski, he flew to Dubai. He trained for two
He
fighters.
likes things. He couldn't just sit his ass at home and play with his kids.
He trained for two fighters, Islam and Oliveira. He made the weight. He was there for the fight, but both fighters made it to the fight, so he just got paid. By the way, he got paid. He got paid and
For
he got-
just showing up.
for being the backup fighter.
Oh, come on. Now the UFC just willing to just dish out money.
No, because UFC cannot afford one of the two main event guys pulling out of the fight. So if
Have they done that before? Or this is new?
No. I mean, for big fights,
Okay.
most of the time there is a backup fighter.
And I felt like
Sometimes
that
you
was
don't even know
that
it's a
was
backup
I felt
fighter.
like that was really disrespectful, especially like putting Volkanovski on blast, saying that he's the backup fighter because of Oliveira missing weight. That was disrespectful. That was mad disrespectful. Like, no, they're saying like, just in case if he misses weight, you never know. That's disrespectful. That's like putting it in Ollie's face that
Sure.
you're unprofessional. I think maybe that's also one of the reasons why he lost, because like a lot was going on. I don't blame the guy.
Look, Volkanovski is #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. So basically, technically, mathematically, he's the best fighter in the world.
He doesn't even look like the best fighter in the world, to
But
be
he
honest.
just smashes everybody. Like, he's really that good. So, if the #1 pound for pound fighter says, I want to go up a division and get my second belt, he can do that anytime, any
So
day
he's coming
of the
for
year.
whose belt? He's coming for
He's coming
Islam's.
for Islam's belt.
So he's going down a weight.
Up.
He's going up. But that can actually work against him, because now you are training at a different weight class. I know he
Yes.
made weight this time around, sure, great. But not to actually go on, and because changing weight classes, you're changing your diet, you're changing your training, you're changing everything. And the moment you go up, it means you're gaining weight. So it means you may become slightly slower than you were at like your usual
Right.
weight. And he's never felt the punch of anyone in a weight class above.
Yeah.
Because he's usually like fighting these skinny boys, Max Holloway. I mean, the win comes, whew, Max gone. He is tiny.
So, my eyes are correct.
No, he is tiny. You agree with me? I know you agree with
Don't
me.
talk about Max like that.
He's tiny. He's
Don't
tiny.
talk
Like
about Max like that.
it is what it
Don't talk
is.
about Max like that.
It is what it is. It's just the hot truth.
But don't talk about him like this. Don't say Wayne woke up like Max is gone. Talk to me about drama.
Okay, so now you guys, the juicy juice. So after everything, actually that was during the ring whilst these guys are promoting the fight. So Islam, not Islam. What's his name? Makhachev. What's his name? Hamzat, exactly. So Hamzat comes over. So he was already in Dubai, and even like the way he came in, he was kind of doing it like, you look like Kendall Roy, by the way with the black cap and everything. Kendall Roy. I'll show you. So he looked like Kendall Roy, kind of like, you know, looking all sly and everything. And I was like, okay, he's looking well behaved. After the fight, he was like, even like when the camera came to his face, he was all ha ha ha, smash them. He was all like a girl who's trying to be shy, but at the same time, like, girl, stop, like, you're not. You know, it's like, oh, we'll smash them, and then after the fight, everything's happening. He walks over. He had his best friend in it.
I don't
That
know.
other guy. It looked like he was him.
I don't know if Guram was there, but
Not
like
Guram, the other guy, the guy who speaks like broken English, not broken English, the one who's teaching him English right now. I forgot his name.
one of
Anyway.
his teammates.
He's like, they're like buddies with him.
Right.
So now he's walking by, and then he starts to talk to Khabib's little brother, and then
Abu Bakr, the guy who fought in the event.
yeah,
Won, yeah.
yeah, and now
And
he
the girl
starts
was
shoving.
holding hands like, you know, sorry brother, we smash, you smash.
I think this is what I think went down. Habib's little brother is looking for clout, and he knows who's got the best clout. Hamzat's got the best clout, because with Hamzat, the moment you point the finger, he's gonna react. He does not waste time, he's gonna react. So I think, like, you know, his brother was like something like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck your mama or something like that, and then like Hamzat was like, say what? And then it just happened. And then, you know what really pissed me off? Habib, come in here, let's fix things, let's make things. This is the UFC. You want to see people fight, you want to see aggression. What you doing bringing the whole family together, eating? I mean, it's not like...
More violence. What's going on? What do you want?
I don't mind controlled
Auntie.
violence. But this is not what I wanted to see. I'm not trying to see families sit together for dinner. If I want to do that, then I can go watch, I don't know, a TV show, Modern Family. But this is not it. This is not it. We're not here to do kumbaya. If they had let this like kind of the fight cook and brew, oh, it's gonna be juice. It was gonna be good. It was gonna be so good. Because we know these guys are grapplers, and we now know that Hamzat is like the black sheep of the family. And if he was gonna go against Khabib's brother, guys, I was gonna fly to wherever that fight was gonna be, and I was gonna be there to watch it. That's how good it was gonna be, because they've got like similar like fighting skills. Oh. And imagine maybe Khabib's brother was going to humble Hamzat. I'm looking for somebody to humble him. He needs to be humbled.
That's
Like to take an L and be like, I'll be back. That's what I'm looking for Hamzat. This is the end of our breakdowns of the UFC 280. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. If you cried like me, please send me all your hearts and comforts, and I'll send them back to you. But you know what? We shall not give up, because Oliveira's gonna come back. It's gonna come back with that belt. It's gonna get it. Yes. Bye.
Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, share share it with your friends, and please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more.
I've been your host, Gray, with my co-host.
Hilda Mendigo.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Again.